Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This was actually a request by one of my subscribers, Steven. So thank you, Steven, for requesting me to make this video. I'm happy to make it for you. But he actually requested two things, and one was that I show off my Rex Grossman jersey, and two was that I kind of explain how I became a Chicago Bears fan. So I can knock out both of those with this same video pretty easily, just because when I first became a Bears fan, Rex Grossman was our quarterback. So without further ado, like I always say, let's get started with the video. So first off, let's showcase the Rex Grossman jersey. And you may be wondering again, like, why Rex Grossman? Why purchase this now? He's been out of the league for almost 10 years. He actually hasn't been with the Bears since 2008. But this jersey is in perfect condition. It is a screen printed Reebok jersey, so it doesn't have the stitched looking numbers, but it is still in perfect condition. You know, many of you know that when you wash these jerseys a bunch, they do tend to get ruined and melt in your dryer. But this jersey, it didn't have the tags on it, but I did purchase this on eBay and verified it to be authentic, but it does still have the immaculate condition is when it was purchased new. So I'm not sure if the person ever wore it or just kept it in the closet, but they must have just taken the tags off of it and hung it up. But thankfully for me, they kept it in great shape, and I was able to purchase it for a great deal on eBay. I think I only paid between $25 and $40 for this jersey. I actually don't. Yeah, I think it was, maybe closer to 30 even. I don't even think I paid $40 for this jersey. So you can find great deals on eBay if you check them out. But you can see the name on the back is still perfect. So I really do like this jersey. As I mentioned in my other videos, I do wear a small Nike replica jersey and a medium Vapor Untouchable jersey. My Brian Urlacher jersey, that's also a Reebok jersey, is a size small. And really, whether you buy a small or a medium, the sleeves are going to be big and baggy. This jersey is actually just a little bit more comfortable being a medium, just because it is a little looser around the waist. The sleeves are just slightly longer, but the main thing on the Brian Urlacher jersey is that although it is just a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower around here, it just doesn't have that kind of looseness to it that this jersey does to make you more comfortable. So even though that jersey is a little tighter around the waist, those sleeves are still baggy, so that's still a comfortable part of the smalls on the Reeboks. But this jersey overall, it's a great jersey to wear if you're gonna wear it with like a hoodie underneath or something like that. So in the winter time, that's a time where you can really rock these jerseys. But if you're a fan of the bigger, baggier style jerseys, then definitely look at getting some Reebok jerseys, because they are able to be found at really amazing deals online. So to get into the second part of the video, the reason why the Rex Grossman jersey is important to me, not only for the fact that he took us to a Super Bowl, but it does tie into how I became a Chicago Bears fan. Backstory on me, I was actually a huge Michael Vick fan, and so because of that, I was a huge Atlanta Falcons fan, and still to this day, I'm a really big Virginia Tech football fan, just for the fact that that's where Michael Vick went to school, and I was just really into the Falcons at the time that Michael Vick played for them. And then in 2006, that was my freshman year of high school, I actually started dating a girl whose dad was a very, very, very big Chicago Bears fan. When we would hang out at her house, she had a basement that was just covered in Chicago sports memorabilia, primarily the Chicago Bears, and her dad was able to walk me around and show me, all the different, Gale Sayers and Walter Payton and refrigerator memorabilia that that all the Chicago Bears fans, have, names of the Bears that the Chicago Bears fans have grown to love over the years, and Jim McMahon, all those things that just really made the '85 Bears great, and just really just made a big impact on how I felt about the Bears after learning a lot about them that I didn't know at the time. Your freshman year of high school, that's really when you start playing high school sports and start getting into really being able to understand things and parts of the game that you really didn't care about when you were littler, really was a lot more impactful on me than just like, hey, Michael Vick, he's a great player, he's really good at his position, so I'm going to like the Atlanta Falcons. So just the history of the Bears and the things that I was able to learn, through hanging out with her dad, and her brother actually was in the same grade as us. So I hung out with her dad and her brother a lot. So when I'd go over there on Sundays, they would have the Bears games. I live in Kansas, so they don't play the Bears a whole lot, but they had the NFL Network, and I was able to watch NFL Sunday Ticket and watch the Bears games with them, and so I really got to know a lot about the Bears. So then, Rex Grossman, who was the quarterback at the time, me being a quarterback in high school when I played football, I was always into the quarterback, and for me, I probably liked Rex more than I should. I know that he wasn't the best quarterback, but all I knew at the time was that he was winning games, and it was really impressive to me. Being a Michael Vick fan, obviously, it was a huge different style of play, but I mean, at the same time, he was winning games, and I just had a lot of fun watching them play as a team. And so, basically, to go back to my freshman year, that also just happened to be the 2006-2007 season, which, as many of you know, that's the year that we went to the Super Bowl. So not only was I just learning about the Bears, I was just learning about their history, but at the same time, the team was winning, and I wasn't hopping on the bandwagon because they were winning. I just happened to be dating a girl whose dad really liked the Bears, and I was watching a lot of their games, and it just so happened that they were winning, and I was still a Falcons fan at the time. They were trying to turn me, but at that time I was just still learning about the team and about their history, and it was a plus that they just so happened the year that I start learning about them, they ended up going to the Super Bowl. So in April of 2007, which was just shortly after the Super Bowl was in February of 2007, but in April 2007, it was April 25th, 2007, when Michael Vick was busted and got in trouble for what many of you know of in the dogfighting scandal. So basically, after Michael Vick was off the Falcons, following the 2006-2007 season, I mean, starting the 2007-2008 season, I mean, I was full-on Bears fan at that point, and that was the Christmas that my parents got me the Walter Payton jersey, and basically from then on, I've been a huge Chicago Bears fan, and probably the biggest Chicago Bears fan in all of my hometown, I would assume. I mean, my whole basement, you can't see it now, but my whole basement's decked out in the Chicago Bears. I've got, many Chicago Bears apparel items. I, wear Chicago Bears basically most of the week during the football season when I'm not wearing my work clothes, but I'm just a huge fan of them and have been, now for, 15 years, a little over 15 years, and it's been, obviously a mostly downhill slide, but, with Justin Fields being drafted, we're all super excited about this season. We don't know if Andy Dalton's going to start or not, but when Justin Fields gets on the field, I mean, all the teams better be ready for us, because, I watched him at Ohio State. Ohio State's fight song is the same fight song that my high school played. So I've always, kind of been a fan of watching Ohio State games. I'm, like I said, a Virginia Tech football fan, and sadly a K-State football fan, because I live in the state of Kansas. And if you know Kansas, no one in the state of Kansas roots for the Kansas Jayhawks when it comes to football in college. But, I've loved the Bears ever since. And, after that year, that girl that I dated actually moved to Texas, and I've just continued being a Bears fan regardless ever since. And without that short relationship that I had, I don't know if I ever would have became a Bears fan. But I'm glad that happened, and that situation happened in my life, because it's one of my favorite things to do, is sit in front of a TV and watch the Bears play on Sundays. So last year I was actually able to find this jersey on eBay, like I said, for a really great deal. I had never owned a player's jersey outside of the Brian Urlacher jersey for that team that went to the Super Bowl. We didn't win. The Colts beat us, unfortunately, but I got to see Devin Hester run back the opening kickoff, and that was really cool for me to see. And that kind of catapulted me into Bears fandom. So that's my story. Again, I'll let you check out the Grossman jersey one more time. But if there's any other things you'd like to know about me that I can kind of teach you, or try to share some insight to as I'm showing off some jerseys in the future, please let me know if you have any questions below. So drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and like this video. I appreciate all of you guys. I've got tons of jerseys to show you. Like I said, I've got 20 Chicago Bears jerseys now, but I've got tons of other basketball jerseys, baseball jerseys, and other football jerseys that I'd be happy to show you guys, and plan on showing you guys, here in the near future. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.